About 9 minutes away from 9 o'clock this evening. We've been joined in the studio by Gabriel Lynch. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you going, Jacinta?
Very well. I always get frightened when I say the male Gabriel. Is that correct?
It's close.
Or Gabriel?
Gabriel is it, and it's a really hard one to pull people up on. I hate to have to emphasise that first syllable.
Yeah.
It can lead to scrutiny.
Because is Gabriel, is that the chick version of it, is it?
Well, I suppose so. But then that said, I mean, us Gabriels, we all like to be individuals. We have our own unique take on these things. So
I guess the Archangel can kind of help us out. He's Gabriel, isn't he?
I'm sure there are probably more practical people by the name of Gabriel to ask, but, you know, inquire away.
Why not? Why not? Well, he's a good reference point.
Yeah, well, surely, yeah.
Why not?
Can't go past it. Yeah,
now,
Old Testament,
New
Testament.
We chatted to you, Mister, sort of maybe mid to late last year. Was that right?
Yeah.
When you released your EP?
Yeah, that's right. Something like Twilight. Yeah, we launched it at the Northcote Social Club. I think it would have been August last year. And,
yeah.
And yeah, since then, sort of been kicking along. Been playing around town quite a bit, actually. And I guess just enjoying the new year a little bit too, which has been great. And in fact, that's what I suppose inspired us to once again hit the studio with Brian Canham from Pseudo Echo once again behind the wheel. Yeah, well, I mean, as you know, he produced the last EP, and we were really blown away by, I guess, the results he managed to muster from us. And so, yeah, it just seemed logical when we just finished working on a whole handful of new songs, and one of them was really sticking out to us. We decided we need to get this recorded. We need to have this ready to be listened to, and Brian, of course, was the man to approach. And so once again, yeah, look, up until about 3 days ago, we were slaving away behind the microphones, and finally have something ready to show for it, which I'm very, very pleased about.
Which we will listen to a little bit later on. It's called Paper Planes?
That's right. Not to be mistaken with the classic MIA
ripper.
Yeah,
or
I know.
The local band called the Paper Planes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, there might even be Angus and Julia Stone did it. Look, title's tried and true, but I'm hoping that we'll bring something a little fresh with the music.
Yeah.
We'll just see what happens.
Come on, you're the Gabriel Lynch band. You're going to. Not only are you doing that, but you are banging into March with a residency at Manchester Lane.
Yeah,
brother.
which is great. For anyone who's ever had anything to do with us, they'll know that we've had a really long history with Manchester Lane. The first gig we ever did,
that's right,
was at the venue, and and so you know, we try to make a habit of getting there, you know, once or twice in a year. But this time around, yeah, we're really lucky enough that the venue got behind us and have offered us 4 consecutive shows starting tomorrow night on Tuesdays until the end of the month.
It's a nice way to do it Tuesday night. Did you get to curate the evenings as well?
Yeah, look, well, one of the
it's
things,
a nice word, isn't it, curate?
I quite like that word choice. Yeah, look, well, one of the things that was really lovely about it was that we had the opportunity to really sit down and think about, you know, the kinds of acts that we've been playing with over the time that we've been together, and some of the I guess the bands that we've come to love locally, and so yeah, very excitingly, every week that we are there, we will be having a new special guest, starting off tomorrow with 2 of my absolute favourites, Kobe Grant and Charles Baby. So yeah, it's been fantastic fun, and I suppose having a venue that's been as supportive as Manchester Lane has been of us, it's just really lovely to be able to do this weekly, you know, just for a little bit, and yeah, we're really hoping that it might be a good opportunity for people who perhaps haven't had the chance to come and see us to know exactly where we'll be and be able to track us down that way.
This is good because I like the idea as the weather's getting a little colder. I'm liking the idea of a little red wine, just a nice, quiet little, you know, evening, midweek thing.
There might even be candlelight. I think there may be candlelight.
So if you want a bit of romance, then as well.
That's right.
Manchester Lane Tuesday nights.
You're only a bath away from the perfect evening, aren't you, really? That's it.
That's right. So the residency starts tomorrow night and runs through the entire month, ending on the 31st of March.
That's right. And of course, that last night, for anyone who does come, we will be giving away copies of this new single, Paper Planes, which is very,
Are you going to make
exciting.
people jump in the air for them, or just going to like kind of give them to them in a dignified way?
Look,
I don't give you much options there, do I?
No, look, it's a good question though, because we are known to be quite cautious about inciting riots or any kind of violent activity.
Good.
And so yeah, there'll probably be some sort of very carefully organised giveaway tactic that will be employed. I don't want to go saying what it might be, but
no, good. You're going to need a bit of a think tank before that happens. But you've got a month to get together. Maybe meetings. This is a lot of work.
That's exactly right, and I wouldn't impose jumping on anybody for a CD. That's not very fair. And besides, I sympathise with people who suffer from shin splints and the like.
Exactly. When they've gone out for a romantic night, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's not appropriate. Jumping is not for candlelight at all.
No.
Yeah.
So perhaps think about that, but obviously you will, and I trust that you will come up with a good solution by the 31st of March. You brought your guitar in, mister, which is got some inlay going on there.
Yeah, look, I designed it, but no, I didn't really. This is the replacement, actually. Very sad story.
Oh.
Last year we went touring, and that guitar that wasn't very good that I'd had since I was a young kid, the first guitar I ever owned, may have been taken away from me at some point.
That's dodgy, dude.
Forever lost. But this bad boy, he's
doing it.
He's filling the hole.
What's the name of the track you're going to play?
This is actually a very, very new song. In fact, only written about a week ago. I think at this point we're going to go with the title. It's such a funny thing, but look, work in progress. But
it's such a funny thing to jump on people's head when throwing, trying to collect
CDs. Yeah.
It's such a funny thing. In candlelight.
That's it. ...
We can imagine the rest of that sentence. Gabriel Lynch, take it away, mister.
When it rains, these days it pours, and another disaster sharpens up its claws. But I'm tired of feeling down, and I've not been better since you've been around. And hope, it's such a funny thing. It can make us strong or overwhelm us with its sting. But I know I'll get through. Now I'm singing to myself when I'm thinking about you. So long to yesterday, when if I tried to touch you, you just turn away. Well, you said you need romance. Well, there's nothing I can't do if you give me the chance. And lust, it's such a funny thing. It can take us over, it can lead us by a string. But I found something new. Now I'm singing to myself, 'cause I'm thinking about you. You're such a funny thing. You could tear me to pieces and leave me sobbing in a sling. But maybe if I'm good to you, and if I only tell the truth, then maybe, just maybe, what you'll do is start singing to yourself, because you're thinking about me too.
Gabriel Lynch, thank you very much. That track there, It's Such a Funny Thing. We will be seeing it on some release in some future moment.
Oh, I'm sure.
But if you want to see Gabriel Lynch do that live with his band, get along to their Tuesday night residency happening at Manchester Lane, beginning tomorrow night, running the whole month of March alongside some great supports. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Joining us again on